Chris, what is our fourth main topic today?
This one comes from Darren C. Hey, John, so Obi-Wan now only has 2 episodes left, and I gotta say that they're probably gonna have to be really incredible for me to end up liking the show overall. I liked the first episode, didn't like the second, liked the third, and I'm sad to say I didn't like the fourth. I know Stormtroopers are supposed to have bad aim, but come on. Woo! So much of this episode stretches the limits of believability to the point that I just checked out. And 39 minutes? It's actually 36, friends. Really? In a 6-episode season? What did you think of it? And can episodes 5 and 6 turn things around?
All right, thanks a lot for saying that in, Darren. And look, going into Obi-Wan, I went in with a lot of enthusiasm because, it's Ewan McGregor back as Obi-Wan Kenobi. Deborah Chow, who did such a terrific job with her episodes on Mandalorian, was coming to do it. I loved the first episode of Obi-Wan. Absolutely loved. Like they just captured and nailed everything that show should be. On the second episode,
yeah.
I thought the third was a little bit of a return to form. I will say this, in as much as the Book of Boba Fett had a couple of really weak episodes, I thought last night's episode of Obi-Wan was the single weakest episode of Disney Plus television, period. It's the worst episode of anything Star Wars related they've put out. It's the worst episode of anything Marvel related they've put out. It's the worst episode of anything High School Musical, the musical, the show they've put out.
Dare you speak of Olivia Rodrigo like that?
That
it just got chill. I actually just got goosebumps. That just sent a shiver up my spine.
That episode was terrible. And you know me, even in the things I don't like, I like to say, okay, so I hate the prequels, right? But I'll start off let's talk about how great the pod race scene is. Let's talk about how great that Obi-Wan Qui-Gon Darth Maul fight is. Let's talk about how great the sound design is and how great Yoda is. Like, I like to fixate and find the things that I really like, even about something that I don't like, right? If I don't like a movie, I like to try to find the things in the movie that I hate, the elements that I liked about it. I am so hard-pressed to find anything redeemable about that episode of Obi-Wan last night. And I'm sure it's going to be a fun Obi-Wan after show that me and Robert Meyer Burnett do a little bit later today at 4 p.m. Make sure you come back and join us for that. But like everything from, I'm going to give a couple of minor details that will give you no idea of plot, just in case you haven't seen the episode yet. But there's literally a scene where Obi-Wan is in a enclosed hallway with stormtroopers and battle droids shooting at him from both sides. And he's in the middle, facing one way, blocking some shots, while all the guys behind him in a narrow fucking hallway are shooting at him. He's not even facing them to try to block them. And all the shots are just missing him. They're just missing him. Meanwhile, they're in the Inquisitorius, this sci-fi impenetrable fortress that they call it the Fortress Inquisitorius. That's a Roman sounding name there.
It sounds so Seussian to me.
It does, yes. The Fortress Inquisitorius. I will not like green eggs and ham.
Yeah.
Inquisitorius I am. And oh no, a window got cracked, leading one of the Inquisitors to go, they nearly destroyed the entire base. If a window getting cracked nearly destroys your entire base, you might want to hire a new engineering firm. I'm just throwing that out there. As much I have loved, one of the things I've consistently loved about this show is the girl who plays Little Leia. Love her. I can eat her up. But the interactions between her and Reva were painful to watch. And I don't mean in a good dramatic narrative kind of, no, it was painful to watch. Things that were happening, it's like, really? Like, no air support around this base? Like, at all? Really? All I can say is this. The worst thing a parent could say to their child is very disappointed. I am so disappointed in you, Obi-Wan. I am so disappointed. I thought this show started with great promise, and I completely agree with the person writing in. Listen, all is not lost on this show. There are 2 episodes left. If they can knock episodes 5 and 6 out of the park, then at the end of the day, I'll go, I liked Obi-Wan. I mean, we're past the point of no return of me loving this show, but if they can crush episode 5 and 6, and I mean crush it, then this can still be a show that I, at the end of the day, will go, oh yeah, I like that show overall. But that is in a very precarious scenario right now because, again, I don't want to overuse hyperbole here, but I mean quite literally, I thought that episode was the absolute weakest thing Disney Plus has ever put to air. And the fact that it was like a 30-something minute episode, you know what? This is just proved again. This Obi-Wan show never should have been a series. At most, it should have been a hour and a half, hour and 45-minute movie if you wanted to do it. And maybe you could have done something a little bit better with it. But I again, hopefully next week, we're going to be talking about how much I love episode 5. But I am very disappointed in episode 4. Hey guys, we want to take a moment and thank the sponsor of today's video, Upside. You guys remember a while ago, I started using Upside. Upside is an incredible, easy to use app for buying groceries, dining out, or even buying gas. And with every purchase you make at those shops, restaurants, or gas stations, you are earning cash back thanks to Upside. When I started using Upside, I was incredibly impressed with just how easy the app is to use and how easy it is to start accumulating cash that I can deposit directly into my bank account, PayPal, Amazon gift card, many different ways. And like I said, I was incredibly impressed at just how easy and simple and straightforward the process is to start getting cash back now. To get started, just download the free Upside app in the Apple App Store or Google Play. Use my promo code Campea, that's CAMPEA, and get $5 or more cash back on your first purchase of $10 or more. Once you've got the app, just claim an offer for whatever it is you're buying on Upside. Check in at the business, pay as usual with a debit card or a credit card, and get paid. Download the free Upside app and use promo code Campea Show to get $5 or more cash back on your first purchase of $10 or more. That's $5 or more cash back on your first purchase of $10 or more using the promo code Campea Show. Anyway, Chris, you set your alarm.
I did.
Woke up after your little nappy nap and watched Obi-Wan. What did you think?
And then I was mad as hell, right? Because usually that's what a parent says to you, right? I'm not mad, I'm disappointed. I'm both. I am both so fiercely because I love Ewan McGregor. I love Obi-Wan. We have his lightsaber in our house. This is our guy. Logan has all the action figures for this, right? This is his Hot Toys. This was such a bummer because Boba Fett, there were a lot of episodes where I was bored. This is one where I was annoyed. And I was just disappointed because we have so many great actors. We have so much great stuff that could be happening. And it's just not being executed well. I think my biggest issue with this show, honestly, is the lack of consistency. Because there'll be an episode that I absolutely adore. And then there's an episode where I go, well, that was a waste of my time. I could have been sleeping. You know, and then there's stuff like this where I'm supposed to have emotional payoffs in this episode too. There's supposed to be something that makes me tug at my heartstrings because a group has changed forever now, right? I had no emotional connection to any of that. I thought so much of this was just so bad. And the whole destroying the base thing with a leak. Like, who built that base? My apartment complex contractor?
Oh, no.
Is that what happened?
Same guy that built the Death Star, I guess.
Apparently. We like to put little self-destruct buttons in our fortresses. It keeps it spicy. Like,
Spice.
this is just really dumb and disappointing.
And was I the only one that think, and please correct me if I'm wrong and tell me if I am the only one who's thinking this. When I watch like Mandalorian and even Book of Boba Fett, like the ships, whether they're in space or in the atmosphere, it all looked Star Wars quality. The visual effects in this show are laughably bad, especially whenever there's like a ship coming and landing. It looked like a 2002 video game cutscene.
Well, they don't care about canon, but they do want to make it look like the prequels. So
the prequels look better.
that's fair.
The prequels look better. Anyway, Aaron, you had a chance to watch this episode of Obi-Wan. What did you think? And did Tom watch this one yet? Or was he up yet?
It was 6:45 in the morning. He was building firewood next to me. That's a sawing logs reference. He snores. Just kidding, babe. You don't. I too was greatly disappointed in this, but at the same time, not overly surprised. I feel like the show, the premiere, I was really excited about. I loved it. Kind of took a little snooze in the second episode. I was like, okay, no, I'm up. Okay, I'm in it. And then the third episode, unfortunately, I watched it around the same time that I watched the premiere, or the first whole chunk of Stranger Things. And then I kind of went, oh, right. It's hard to appreciate Kraft American singles when you've just eaten a beautiful, Munster or a Gouda or some other kind of beautiful cheese. And this was just a stinky cheese to me, especially after watching Miss Marvel. I was like, what is going on?
Yeah.
And that's the thing is that I want to like it so badly. And Ewan McGregor's performance is so beautiful. And I'm trying to find the name of the actress who plays the
From Game of
lieutenant
Thrones?
From Game of Thrones. She's so good. Every time she came back on screen, I was like, there you are. Thank you.
Yeah.
Because even though this is such a talented cast, because I've seen other work that they've done, you're right. The scene between little Leia and Reva was so hard to watch. And as one of my acting teachers used to say, you could drive a truck through those pauses. Keep it up. Come on. Pick up the pace. What are we doing? Say your line. What are you waiting for? And if you're going to not say the line because you're using it for a dramatic pause, create a dramatic pause. Do
You
something
better
with your
earn it.
eyebrows. Do a lip quiver. Do something. But don't just sit there and stare at each other, which is what I felt like they were doing. And I'm like, come on, Deborah Chow. You're better than this. What was going on when you guys were shooting those scenes? Because they were so boring. And a lot of this, the hard thing also was keeping a straight face, because the whole time that I was watching this episode, I kept thinking about the SNL sketch that Seth Meyers and Amy Poehler used to do. Really? With Seth and Amy. So I'm like, really? You were right there. You were that close that you could have heard everything going on. You were right there and you never decided to come in the room before now. Really? Really? And like, really, the engineering situation here, that is just so, and really, that's how easy that was solved. I don't believe, and yeah, I'm not a CGI, whiz. I am that person where John had to pretty much like shake me and slap me a few times to go. I mean, he had to Ezra Miller me. Sorry,
Metaphorically.
Sorry.
Metaphorically.
Bad joke.
Please, metaphorically.
Literally, yes, very metaphorically. He was like, Aaron, Lion King is not real. They did not get those animals to do that. And I go, yes, they did. Siegfried and Roy were in there. They made that happen.
Peanut butter on the mouth.
Exactly. I 100% believed that Lion King was actual animals. I am not the person to guess the CGI. But oh, Lordy, sweet baby Jesus, whenever one of those flying anything came in, I was like, that is not real. And then just things happen and you go, well, obviously that happened to you. Why are you trying to be a hero? Like, just too many things that I just kind of went, ugh, I can't watch this. So yeah, it didn't make me bored. It just made me annoyed and just disappointed. And I don't know how this is going to redeem itself in the next 2 episodes. I just don't know.
That actress, by the way, is Indira Varma.
Oh, she's
so
wonderful.
good.
She's so
Give
good.
her a
So good.
series.
Yeah.
Give her her own series. She has earned it because she is absolutely the breath of fresh air. Every time she and Ewan McGregor came on screen, I was like, oh, we're back.
Their
Thank you.
dynamic is very compelling.
Yeah.
I will give the show that.
I would
Yeah.
not mind if they made out. I know it probably isn't canon, but I just
wouldn't mind
I mean,
it.
at this point, the only thing that will save this show is for the two of them to just start making out for no reason. I don't even care if it tracks. Just have them kiss, please.
I really want that to be like your note in writers' rooms. You know what? I wouldn't mind if they gave each other a little smoochie.
Yeah. This doesn't work for me, but I bet if they made out, it would.
Yeah.
All right, guys, question is for you. I mean, here's the beautiful thing about on-screen storytelling. It hits us all in different ways, and maybe you're somebody that you watched it and you actually had a really good time. I hope that you did. If so, let us know. And let us know what it was that worked for you. Maybe you're feeling like us and it really didn't work for you. I was just personally like really disappointed in the episode. Anyway, guys, how did you guys feel it? Whatever your thoughts are, jump down to the comment section below and leave those thoughts there.